We start our meeting with Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will be leading that first event, by the way.
Will you? Oh, that's good.
Okay. Why don't we make a note to send Otto an email and tell him that the meetings usually start at 1 o'clock. Maybe he can. Okay.
He's ready.
I noticed the lens is on you. Maybe for the whole meeting, so.
Okay, we'll start our meeting with County Attorney Dan Sigler.
Okay, several things to talk about here. Scott's here. We had the health board hearing on the Schwartz. I guess it was an appeal of his decision, of his order to, under an exemption, let's say, to the appeal asked for an exemption on the D10 building permit to this fellow's mission of down there building his own home, and he's trying to build a permit. So the health department conducted a hearing. He had a lawyer there. The health department affirmed Scott's decision. Now, from that date of that order, they have 10 days then to appeal what we call de novo. They would have to, as a lawyer, would have to file something in circuit court. There's a number of these cases pending around the state. Actually, there's a couple up before the Supreme Court. And what is the name I'm looking for that they call this exception? Log cabin.
Log cabin.
Yeah. So they tried to change it in the legislature, and I don't think there was ever any action, or there has been yet action taken. And so it's in the courts. Nothing that you guys have to do, just trying to keep you updated on what's going on. It could result in more legal work, which is why I bring it up, because if he files this appeal, then I'm going to have to get in and defend it. So, I think it was a good decision on a good basis, so hopefully we won't have to go further with that. We also had a junk and trash decision of the J Mill Trust, and we have an order in which basically the fellow who owned the property died, and they came into court but just kind of conceded the order. So I think Scott's going to be looking to get some money for cleanup on that.
Right.
Did you want to talk about that now?
I've submitted out to our contractors for bids, have not gotten anything as of yet. The order won't go into effect until May 19th, and so I'll be here the first commissioner meeting in June. If they haven't removed the items, to ask permission to hire a contractor to do so. So that's the update for that.
What's the address on that? I'm sorry.
710 North, 700 West, Orwell.
That's probably no big deal, but mine says 711 North.
I'm sorry. There's 4 residences on that property.
Okay. Is it true then that the only thing we're going to be removing is a mobile home frame and a semi-truck trailer?
Yes, and as of this morning, just the semi-truck trailer is there.
Oh.
So maybe by the time the orders comes to fruition, we'll have it gone.
Oh,
just to warn you ahead of time.
Well, that would be a win-win. Okay.
I think these people are just waiting till the very last minute, because they promised last year they were going to take it down, and they haven't. So they need their toes right to the fire. So which has occurred thanks to Judge Fall. The sex offender registry fees. If you remember, you discussed that ordinance the last time I was here, but I can't remember if there was some word wrong, and we got that changed. And so that's before you again. That needs to be advertised twice on adoption. So I think everything in this is in order with it now.
Okay. That would be ordinance number 2013-02. Do I have a motion?
Mark, excuse me.
I've got just,
Yeah.
did you get the email that I forwarded with some questions?
I probably did. I don't remember right offhand.
Jody had some questions. I don't think it's gonna interrupt the process, but she had some questions on some particulars, some more
legalities, I guess.
Okay.
Well, probably we better discuss it now before they pass it, because
Right.
Is it just on the collection of money and expense, or what was it, Jim?
Definition of address was one. Do we collect the $5 fee every time they change an email address, a residential address, a work address, a school address? Because they're required to register all of those things.
I would say anytime they change anything.
So that was one question.
Yeah,
was-
I mean, if it's address, I mean, I think, we, you know, I mean, we could change it again, I guess, but
And the
to me,
$50.
an address, anytime there's a change, you have a right. This just gives you the right to charge the fee. You
Okay.
interpret what it,
Okay.
what it is.
And then the $50 is just once per year, even for 90-day registrants. We have some that have to register once a year, some that have to register every 90 days. And I think it's once a
Per
year,
Per year.
right?
Right here.
Okay.
Is that all you had then?
I think so.
Yes.
Are you guys set up, so if I get it to the paper this week, you can start collecting June 1st is the date I was gonna,
We can be set up by then.
I have the funds set up, so.
One line.
2013-02.
Yeah, but was it? I was thinking this was set up for, to start at a later date, so never mind. As soon as it's advertised, I guess it starts, huh?
Right.
Okay. Before I make the motion again, I guess I want to go back to this address thing. So there's 4 things you have to register: a home address, a work address, an email address, and
School address,
the school address. They would be closest.
if they go to school in Whitley County, they have to register here, even if they live somewhere else and work somewhere else. And vice versa, the other things too.
They go to school here.
If they would happen to go, we have some in high school sometimes or something like that.
All right, so the home, work, email, and school address. So we're gonna take it that, then this ordinance is gonna say that any one of those, changing any one of those 4 will require a $5 fee?
What, I mean, the fee is for the administrative work. So why would you not charge a fee for administrative work
Yeah,
each
no,
time?
you would. I just wanna make sure I was
Yeah, I
clear
know.
on
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I thought the intent was if you physically change your address and go somewhere else, and I understand that. But I agree, I honestly agree that if they have to change an email address and they have to make the change, that's work, so they should be paid for it.
Yeah, I mean, remember, the ordinance it's a state statute. The ordinance just allows them to charge for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
charge
so
for it.
that's all
Sounds
we're
good to
going
me.
to.
I'll make a
Yeah.
motion that we accept ordinance 2013-02.
Got a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a motion?
Clarification.
Got a second?
So,
Discussion?
yes, thank you. So all we have to worry about is their home-based school, or is the address so that we know where they are 24 hours, 7. The reason I ask, and I don't want to cloud it in month, but we have some students that spend the morning here and go to Fort Wayne in the afternoon to school. And we have some that work on the farm in the afternoon or morning work experience, you know. Is the purpose of the address so we know where they are, or is one address enough? You know, I don't want to cloud the water, but I'm just saying we want to be clear
Good question.
what the purpose of the address is, and if we have to have 24/7 or what, I don't know what the purpose of the address is.
The purpose of the address is just not for the sheriff's department notice. If that was the case, you wouldn't need any public registry. The purpose of the address is if somebody in the general public calls the sheriff's department and wants to know if the person is registered, they can give them the information. So if a parent had a child in the school and wanted to know is there a sex register, or if they lived in a neighborhood, you know, so and that's why you want them current on everything. So yes, you know where they are. That's not so the sheriff's department can watch them. It's just so that everybody, the public, knows according to the law where this person is.
So if you went to the just gonna use the local high school in the morning and then the Anthus Career Center in the afternoon, you really need to put both of them down.
Yeah, it's a matter of interpretation. I don't disagree with that conclusion. I don't know
Thought
if that's
so.
what
And
the
they would
law
have-
requires.
They would have to register in Whitley and Allen County for that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're clear on that. Thank you. I have no further discussion.
Any other discussion? Okay, we got a motion and a second. All those in favor raise their right hand. Opposed, the same. Passed. That was ordinance 2013-02, establishing an annual sex or violent offender registration fee.